Every man wants respect from his partner, his peers, and most importantly, from himself. But here's the harsh truth. Respect isn't given, it's earned. And the habits you cultivate every day determine whether you command that respect or let it slip through your fingers. In a world that's constantly evolving, staying stagnant isn't an option. Yet, many men unknowingly sabotage their own growth and relationships through behaviors that erode trust, confidence, and self-worth. These habits might seem small, even harmless, but over time they compound, leaving you stuck in a cycle of mediocrity. The good news? You have the power to change. By recognizing and addressing these habits, you can transform not only how others see you, but how you see yourself. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. In this video, we'll break down 12 key habits that could be silently destroying your potential and respectability. From neglecting your fitness and avoiding responsibility to emotional control and intellectual growth, we'll cover it all. Stick with me until the end, because the final habit might just be the wake-up call you need to turn your life around. So, let me ask you, are you ready to take ownership of your life and build the respect you deserve? Let's dive in. Number 1. Lack of confidence. Confidence is the foundation of self-respect and the respect of others. It's the quiet assurance that you are enough, capable, and grounded. But here's the reality. Many men misunderstand what confidence truly means. They think it's about dominating a room, showing off wealth, or putting on an act. True confidence isn't loud. It's a calm, steady force that speaks volumes without shouting. Lack of confidence, however, has the opposite effect. It subtly undermines every interaction, every opportunity, and every relationship. Women, in particular, notice confidence, or the lack of it, almost instantly. It's reflected in your tone, your body language, and the energy you carry. A man without confidence might fidget, hesitate, or avoid eye contact, signaling insecurity. The root of this issue often lies in comparison. Social media has made it easier than ever to measure yourself against others, seeing their successes, physiques, or lifestyles, and feeling like you fall short. Every time you compare yourself, you chip away at your self-esteem, creating a cycle of doubt and hesitation. This mindset quietly screams, "I'm not enough." Confidence isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's built through small, consistent actions that prove to yourself day by day that you're capable. When you take ownership of your life, whether it's speaking up in a meeting, hitting the gym, or learning a new skill, you're not just improving yourself, you're creating a foundation of confidence that others will naturally respect. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, exemplified this. Despite ruling an empire, his writings reveal a man deeply introspective, humble, and self-assured without needing applause. Confidence, as he showed, is rooted in self-awareness and discipline. If you lack confidence, ask yourself, why? Is it fear of failure? A belief that you're not good enough? Recognizing the root cause is the first step. From there, take deliberate action. Set small goals and achieve them. Push yourself out of your comfort zone. Each success, no matter how small, reinforces your sense of worth. True confidence also means letting go of the need for external validation. You're not defined by your job title, income, or the number of likes on a photo. Confidence is internal. It comes from knowing who you are and embracing that, flaws and all. Finally, remember that confidence isn't arrogance. It's not about being boastful or dominating others. It's about exuding calm strength. Women and those around you will naturally respect a man who knows his value and carries himself with quiet assurance. If you want to command respect, start with yourself. Build confidence one step at a time, and watch as it transforms your interactions, your relationships, and your life. Number 2, poor hygiene. Poor hygiene isn't just about neglecting your physical appearance, it's about what it says about you. When you fail to take care of yourself, you're sending a clear message: I don't respect myself. And if you don't respect yourself, how can you expect others to? Hygiene might seem like a basic, even trivial topic, but its impact is profound. Women, and people in general, are incredibly perceptive. They notice the small details: your scent, the state of your nails, how fresh your clothes look, or even the way you groom your hair. These details might seem insignificant, but they're powerful signals that communicate how much effort you're willing to invest in yourself and how disciplined you are. Neglecting hygiene doesn't just make you unattractive. It affects how others perceive your discipline and self-respect. Wrinkled clothes, bad breath, body odor, or unkempt hair tell the world that you're not paying attention to the basics, let alone the bigger aspects of your life. Women especially pick up on these cues quickly. Hygiene, after all, is one of the first things people notice about you. Let's break this down. Scent matters. Body odor or bad breath is an instant turn-off. A fresh, clean scent isn't about dousing yourself in cologne. It's about staying clean and putting in the effort to groom yourself daily. Appearance tells a story. Wrinkled clothes, scuffed shoes, or a messy haircut suggest laziness and a lack of attention to detail. On the flip side, a well-dressed and groomed man signals pride, effort, and discipline. The little things count. Dirty nails, untrimmed facial hair, or lack of skincare might seem minor, but they reveal a lot about your habits and how much effort you're willing to put into maintaining yourself. The good news: good hygiene is one of the easiest areas of self-improvement. You don't need designer clothes or an expensive grooming routine, just consistency. Start with these simple steps: shower daily and use deodorant. Brush and floss your teeth and keep your breath fresh. Trim your nails regularly. Wear clean, pressed clothes that fit well. Invest in a subtle but high-quality cologne. Less is more. Pay attention to your skin and hair. Basic skincare and regular haircuts can work wonders. Hygiene goes beyond your body. Your surroundings also matter. A messy car, an unclean apartment, or a cluttered workspace sends the same message as poor grooming habits, that you're not in control of your life. Clean, organized spaces reflect a disciplined and intentional mindset, and people notice. Maintaining good hygiene isn't just about attracting others, it's about showing respect for yourself. When you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you carry yourself with more confidence, which naturally draws others to you. Women respect men who take pride in themselves because it shows discipline, maturity, and effort. Hygiene might seem like a small detail, but it has a ripple effect on every aspect of your life. It impacts how others see you, how you see yourself, and how confident you feel. In a world where first impressions matter, don't let poor hygiene hold you back. Taking care of your appearance is one of the easiest, yet most impactful ways to elevate how you're perceived. It's not vanity, it's self-respect in action. Invest in yourself and watch how the world responds. Number 3. Disrespectful behavior. Disrespectful behavior is one of the fastest ways to destroy a relationship and lose respect, not just from women, but from anyone. What makes it worse is that many people don't even realize when they're being disrespectful. They confuse being direct with being dismissive, or mistake blunt honesty for cruelty. But here's the reality: disrespect doesn't make you strong. It reveals insecurity, immaturity, and a lack of self-awareness. Disrespect can take many forms, from overt actions like shouting or interrupting, to subtle ones like ignoring someone's opinions or dismissing their feelings. Imagine constantly interrupting your partner mid-sentence, brushing off her ideas, or making sarcastic remarks under the guise of humor. You might think you're being clever or funny, but to her, it feels belittling. Over time, these small, seemingly harmless behaviors chip away at her respect for you. Women are incredibly perceptive. They pick up on your tone, body language, and word choices, even when you think they're not paying attention. If you behave disrespectfully, it sends a clear message: I don't value you. And if she doesn't feel valued, she'll eventually withdraw, emotionally and physically. Disrespect often stems from fear of losing control, fear of being vulnerable, or fear of being perceived as weak. But here's the paradox: true strength comes from respect. A man who values himself can extend that respect to others without feeling threatened. The balance between respect and assertiveness. Respect doesn't mean you agree with everything someone says or let them walk over you. It's about finding the balance between being assertive and empathetic. You can stand your ground and speak your mind without being cruel or dismissive. Respectful communication is powerful because it shows you're in control of your emotions and confident in your beliefs. One of the most impactful ways to show respect is to listen, not just hearing words, but truly listening to understand. Put your phone down, make eye contact, and give her your full attention. When you do this, you're not just respecting her, you're respecting yourself by valuing meaningful connections. The role of respect in handling disagreements. Arguments and disagreements are inevitable in any relationship. What matters is how you handle them. Resorting to shouting, name-calling, or trying to win the argument only proves that you lack emotional control. Instead, focus on finding solutions and expressing your feelings without attacking hers. A man who can stay calm and composed, even in heated moments, commands respect. Women admire a man who can navigate conflict with maturity, seeing disagreements as opportunities for growth rather than battles to be won. The pitfalls of overcompensation. On the flip side, trying too hard to avoid disrespect can backfire. Some men become overly agreeable or submissive, mistaking this for respect. But constantly putting someone else's needs above your own isn't respect, it's self-neglect. Respect is a two-way street. You should hold space for your partner's feelings while maintaining your boundaries and self-worth. Inconsistency, the silent disrespect. One of the most overlooked forms of disrespect is inconsistency. Saying one thing and doing another sends the message that your words can't be trusted. Over time, this erodes respect, even if it seems harmless in the moment. If you want to build respect, be a man of your word. Follow through on promises, show up when you say you will, and be dependable, not just in major moments, but in the small, everyday ways that matter. How you treat others matters. Disrespect isn't limited to how you treat your partner. It extends to how you treat everyone. Women pay close attention to how you interact with strangers, waitstaff, co-workers, and friends. If you're rude, dismissive, or condescending to others, she'll assume it's only a matter of time before you treat her the same way. On the other hand, kindness, patience, and fairness reflect strong character. Treating everyone with dignity, regardless of their status, shows maturity, emotional intelligence, and confidence. Respect as a core value. The bottom line is this: respect isn't about how you treat others, it's also about how you treat yourself. When you carry yourself with dignity and treat everyone you encounter with fairness and respect, it creates a ripple effect. People notice, and women in particular, are drawn to men who embody these qualities. If you want to be respected, make respect a cornerstone of your character. Be a man who listens, values others, and handles conflict with composure. By doing so, you not only earn her respect, but you also elevate your own self-worth. Disrespectful behavior might seem harmless in the moment, but it erodes trust, admiration, and connection over time. Embrace respect as a guiding principle, and you'll build relationships and a life rooted in strength and mutual understanding. Number 4. Neediness and clinginess. Neediness is one of the biggest turn-offs in a relationship, yet so many people fall into this trap without realizing it. In a world of instant communication and constant social media interactions, it's easy to become overly reliant on validation from your partner. But here's the hard truth. The moment you start acting needy, you begin to lose respect, not just from her, but also from yourself. Neediness isn't just about sending too many texts or frequently asking if she still loves you. It's a mindset, a lack of self-sufficiency that makes you dependent on someone else for your happiness and sense of worth. This behavior signals insecurity, and people pick up on it quickly. Women, in particular, don't want to feel like they're your lifeline. They want to feel like your partner. Clinginess often comes from a fear of losing the other person. You might think that by constantly checking in or staying close, you're protecting the relationship. But in reality, this behavior has the opposite effect. It pushes them away. Relationships need breathing room to grow. When you're always available and predictable, you inadvertently diminish attraction. If you notice yourself falling into the trap of neediness, the first step is to take a step back and reassess your own life. Are you filling your time with meaningful activities, or are you waiting for their next text to give your day meaning? A high-value person has their own mission, goals, and passions. They don't need constant reassurance because they're secure in who they are. Building independence is the key to overcoming neediness. Dedicate time to personal growth. Find a passion, pursue a goal, or work on a skill that excites you. When you focus on becoming the best version of yourself, you naturally become less reliant on external validation. Ironically, the more independent you are, the more others will respect and desire you. Women, in particular, are drawn to men with ambition, purpose, and a life outside of the relationship. Another aspect of neediness is emotional dependence. If you're constantly seeking approval or reassurance, you're placing the other person in a position of power. No one wants to feel solely responsible for someone else's emotional stability. A high-value individual takes ownership of their emotions. They handle setbacks and challenges with grace, without relying on pity or external comfort to feel grounded. Breaking free from neediness starts with setting boundaries, not just with others, but with yourself. Learn to say no, spend time alone, and prioritize your growth. Solitude isn't loneliness. It's an opportunity to reconnect with yourself. When you're comfortable being alone, you become infinitely more attractive to others. Finally, understand that respect comes from balance. Healthy relationships are built on a dynamic where you're present but not overbearing, attentive but not desperate, loving but not dependent. It's about finding the sweet spot where you're fully engaged in the relationship while staying rooted in your individuality. Neediness isn't just unattractive. It's a sign you're not living up to your full potential. By embracing independence and focusing on self-improvement, you not only earn respect, but also create a stronger, healthier relationship. Respect yourself first, and everything else will follow. Number 5. Dishonesty and unfaithfulness. A man's word is his bond. This isn't just an old saying, it's the foundation of character. When you lie, deceive, or cheat, you're not only breaking someone else's trust, but also eroding your own integrity. Dishonesty isn't just about the big lies. It's the small, seemingly harmless ones that chip away at respect over time. Telling her you're working late when you're out with friends, pretending to like her interests, or exaggerating your achievements might seem insignificant, but they add up. Trust is the cornerstone of any meaningful connection. Without trust, respect is dead on arrival. In today's world of constant social media and validation, staying true to one person takes discipline. Temptations like flirtations or innocent messages might feel harmless, but every time you cross those boundaries, you're not just disrespecting her, you're disrespecting yourself. A man who is unfaithful demonstrates a lack of control over his impulses, and that lack of control is the antithesis of strength. The solution? Commit to radical honesty, not just with others, but with yourself. Ask yourself, why do I feel the need to lie? What am I afraid of? Often, dishonesty stems from insecurity, fear of rejection, or a desire to appear better than you are. True strength lies in owning who you are, flaws and all. Being honest doesn't mean oversharing every thought, but it does mean being authentic. If you make a mistake, own it. It's easier to lie, but facing the truth sets you apart. Honesty and faithfulness are power moves in a world that glorifies temporary connections. They demonstrate discipline, loyalty, and self-control. A woman who knows she can trust you will respect and admire you deeply. On the flip side, a betrayal of trust leaves lasting cracks that are nearly impossible to repair. Start small. Be truthful about your feelings, intentions, and actions. Over time, honesty becomes a lifestyle, and one that aligns with your highest values. Number 6. Anger and aggression. Anger is one of the most misunderstood emotions, especially for men. Society teaches us to either suppress it or explode, but neither approach works. Suppression leads to resentment and passive aggression, while explosive anger shows a lack of control. Both erode respect, particularly in relationships. When you lash out, you're signaling that your emotions control you, not the other way around. That's not strength, it's weakness. What's more powerful, a man who loses his temper over a small inconvenience, or a man who stays calm and composed under pressure? The latter exudes control, maturity, and stability, qualities that inspire respect. Anger often stems from unmet expectations, frustration, or a bruised ego. Maybe someone said something that hit a nerve, or you're overwhelmed by life's challenges. Whatever the cause, the key is to recognize your triggers and address them before they escalate. Emotional control is the hallmark of a high-value individual. Managing anger doesn't mean ignoring it, it means channeling it productively. If you're frustrated with your career, use that energy to work harder or explore new opportunities. If you're upset in a relationship, communicate calmly and directly. How you handle anger determines whether it strengthens or damages your relationships. Stoic philosophy offers powerful tools for managing anger. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When anger rises, pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, is this worth losing my composure over? Most of the time, it's not. Reframe anger as an opportunity for growth. Instead of seeing it as a negative, ask, what is this situation teaching me? How can I use it to improve? This mindset takes practice, but it transforms challenges into opportunities for emotional mastery. It's important to recognize that anger isn't just yelling or physical outbursts. It can manifest as sarcasm, passive-aggressive comments, or emotional withdrawal. These subtle behaviors are just as destructive, creating tension and resentment. Address the root cause of your anger rather than reacting impulsively. If you struggle with anger, start by identifying your triggers. Keep a journal or take mental notes about what sets you off. Practice mindfulness, meditation, or grounding activities to stay calm under pressure. Over time, you'll notice a shift, not only in how you feel, but also in how others respond to you. A man who can manage his emotions stands out. Women and others respect a man who remains composed under stress and handles conflict with grace. Chaos is the opposite of what people want in a relationship. They want a leader, not a loose cannon. Master your emotions, and you'll cultivate an inner strength that commands respect. Number 7. Constant complaining. Complaining is one of the fastest ways to lose respect, not just from women, but from anyone around you. Imagine this: you're on a date, and instead of enjoying the moment, you're ranting about your job, the government, or how unfair life is. She might nod politely, but internally, she's tuning out. Why? Because constant complaining projects one thing: weakness. Complaining tells the world, I can't handle my problems, so I'll just vent about them instead. Here's the hard truth: nobody respects someone who spends more time whining than solving. Life is hard for everyone. Challenges, setbacks, and frustrations are universal. What separates high-value men from the rest is how they respond to these obstacles. Complaining is the easy way out. It takes no courage, no effort, and no accountability. It's essentially a verbal admission of defeat, and nothing kills attraction faster than someone who sounds defeated. Women are naturally drawn to stability and strength in a partner. When you complain, you're broadcasting that you lack both. Occasionally venting is normal, but when complaining becomes a habit, it shapes how people perceive you. If she sees you as someone who focuses on problems rather than solutions, her respect for you will crumble. The Stoics offered a better way. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This philosophy teaches that every obstacle is an opportunity in disguise. Instead of complaining about what's wrong, focus on what you can control. Complaining gives your power away, while taking action reclaims it. Here's an example. Instead of griping about your boss, channel that frustration into learning a new skill or applying for a better job. Instead of complaining about traffic, use the time to listen to an audiobook or podcast. These small shifts in perspective compound over time, transforming not only your life, but also how others see you. Women notice men who handle adversity with grace and determination. It's not just attractive, it's inspiring. A man who refuses to be defeated by life's challenges stands out in today's world because he's rare, and rare qualities are always valued. Another overlooked aspect of complaining is its effect on your mindset. The more you complain, the more your brain rewires itself to focus on negativity. This creates a vicious cycle. You complain because you're frustrated, and the more you complain, the more frustrated you feel. Breaking this cycle requires deliberate effort. Start by catching yourself in the act. The next time you're about to complain, pause and ask yourself, what can I do about this? If the answer is nothing, let it go. If there's something you can do, take action. Every time you choose action over complaining, you're building resilience, a trait that commands respect. Resilience isn't just enduring hardships, it's thriving despite them. A man who faces challenges head-on and adapts without whining earns respect in every area of his life. Women, in particular, value men who embody this mindset because it signals leadership, stability, and strength. In a world full of complainers, be the rare individual who finds solutions. Focus on what you can control, let go of what you can't, and watch how your life transforms. Women will admire you, people will respect you, and you'll feel a deep sense of pride in your ability to lead yourself through life's storms. Number 8. Laziness and lack of ambition. Laziness is one of the most unattractive traits, and a man without ambition is like a car without an engine, going nowhere. In today's fast-paced world, standing still is the same as falling behind. Women notice this lack of drive, and it's an instant repellent. They want a man who's striving for something, constantly improving, and unwilling to settle for mediocrity. Ambition doesn't mean you need to aspire to be a billionaire or a global leader. It's about having goals, a sense of purpose, and the determination to achieve them. It's about waking up every day ready to be better than you were yesterday. When a woman sees that fire in you, it's magnetic. But when she sees you coasting through life, content with the bare minimum, her respect for you diminishes. Let's break it down. A lack of ambition often shows up in subtle ways. Staying in a dead-end job with no plan to grow. Neglecting your health and making excuses to avoid the gym. Spending hours playing video games or binge-watching Netflix instead of investing in yourself. These habits might seem harmless, but they send a loud message. You're okay with being average. And here's a hard truth. No one dreams of being with someone who's just average. From her perspective, she's looking for a partner, someone she can build a future with. If you can't even build yourself, how can she trust you to build a life together? Ambition isn't about achieving monumental goals. It's about showing direction, drive, and the willingness to work hard, take risks, and push yourself out of your comfort zone. The comfort zone, the enemy of growth. Your comfort zone might feel safe, but it's where dreams go to die. Growth happens when you embrace discomfort, step into the unknown, and challenge yourself. Women respect men who do this because it shows courage and resilience. One of the biggest lies men tell themselves is, "I'll start tomorrow." But tomorrow turns into next week, then next year, and before you know it, years have slipped by. If this sounds familiar, it's time to wake up. Start today. Set a goal, no matter how small, and take action. Progress, no matter how slow, is still progress, and ambition is all about moving forward, even when it's hard. The ripple effect of ambition. Ambition doesn't just benefit you, it inspires those around you. When a woman sees you chasing your dreams, it encourages her to chase hers. When she sees you pushing through challenges, she trusts that you can handle life's ups and downs. Ambition is contagious, and it's one of the most attractive qualities a man can have. But ambition isn't about being busy for the sake of it. It's about purposeful action. It's about knowing what you want and going after it with everything you've got. If you're unclear on your goals, take some time to figure them out. What do you want to achieve in the next year? The next 5 years? The next decade? Write it down, visualize it, and break it into actionable steps. Then start working on it today. Discipline, the fuel of ambition. Ambition requires discipline. There will be days when you don't feel like putting in the effort, when you're tired, discouraged, or just plain lazy. But discipline means showing up for yourself anyway. It's about doing the work, even when it's hard. Women notice this, respect it, and are drawn to it because it reflects strength of character. If you find yourself lacking ambition, ask why. Is it fear? Doubt? A lack of direction? Whatever the reason, confront it head-on. Fear shrinks when you face it. Doubt fades when you take action. Direction becomes clear when you start moving. The key is to start. Don't wait for motivation. It's unreliable. Start with discipline, and motivation will follow. Be a man with a vision. Women want a man who's going somewhere, someone who's building something, whether it's a career, a passion project, or a legacy. They want a partner who makes them feel excited about the future, not someone who keeps them stuck in the present. Be that man, not just for her, but for yourself. Ambition isn't just about earning respect. It's about living a life you're proud of. And when you pursue your goals with purpose and determination, you'll naturally attract respect, admiration, and a sense of fulfillment that no one can take away. Number 9, jealousy and possessiveness. Jealousy is one of the most destructive emotions a man can feel, especially in a relationship. It creeps into your thoughts, turning every glance, every text, and every interaction into a perceived threat. But here's the truth. Jealousy doesn't protect your relationship. It destroys it. Worse, it erodes your own self-respect in the process. Imagine this. You're constantly checking her phone, questioning her every move, or getting upset when she spends time with her friends. What message does that send? It screams insecurity. It tells her you don't trust her, and more importantly, it tells her you don't trust yourself. Women are highly attuned to this lack of confidence, and it's one of the fastest ways to lose their respect. In today's hyper-connected world, jealousy is even more rampant. Social media fuels it like gasoline on a fire. You see her liking another guy's post or commenting on a friend's picture, and suddenly your mind spirals into worst-case scenarios. But pause and ask yourself, is the problem her actions, or is it my inability to control my emotions? 9 times out of 10, it's the latter. Jealousy is rooted in fear. Fear of losing her, fear of not being enough, fear of abandonment. But here's the paradox. The more jealous and possessive you become, the more likely you are to push her away. Trust over jealousy. Women don't want to feel trapped or controlled. They want to feel trusted, valued, and free to be themselves. When you try to cage her, you're not protecting her, you're suffocating her. The solution isn't to suppress jealousy, but to understand it. When you feel jealous, don't react impulsively. Instead, pause and ask yourself, where is this coming from? Is it insecurity about your appearance, success, or ability to keep her interested? Use jealousy as a mirror to reflect on what you need to work on within yourself. If you feel insecure about your fitness, start working out. If you're worried about your career, set new goals and take action. If you feel you're not enough, focus on self-improvement. Transform jealousy from a destructive force into a motivator for personal growth. Women respect men who exude confidence and self-assurance. A man who trusts himself will naturally trust his partner. Possessiveness, a silent killer. Possessiveness, like jealousy, is a respect killer. It might start subtly, asking who she's texting or wanting to know where she is at all times, but it escalates. The more you try to control her, the more she'll pull away. Relationships aren't built on control. They're built on trust and mutual respect. Possessiveness stems from the false belief that you can keep someone by holding on tightly, but relationships don't work that way. The tighter you grip, the faster they slip away. The Stoics understood this profoundly. They taught that the only thing you truly control is yourself, your thoughts, actions, and emotions. Trying to control someone else is a losing battle. Instead of focusing on her actions, focus on being the best version of yourself. When you do this, you won't need to be jealous or possessive. She'll choose to stay because she sees your value. Ask yourself, do I want to be the man who chases and doubts, or the man who inspires loyalty and respect? The power of trust. Trust is far more powerful than jealousy. When you show her that you trust her, it strengthens your bond. It creates a sense of security and respect that jealousy can never achieve. Women want to feel chosen, not owned. They want a partner who knows his worth and doesn't need constant reassurance. Building trust starts with trusting yourself. When you build confidence, set goals, and focus on self-improvement, jealousy becomes irrelevant. You'll know you're enough, and she'll see it too. Remember, trust is the foundation of any strong relationship, and it starts with trusting yourself. When you master your emotions, prioritize your growth, and embrace confidence, you'll inspire respect, admiration, and loyalty, not just from her, but from everyone around you. Number 10. Neglecting physical fitness. Neglecting your physical fitness isn't just about how you look. It's about the message it sends. When you let your health slide, you're essentially telling the world, I don't care enough about myself to put in the effort. And if you don't care about yourself, why should anyone else? Women notice more than just your physique. They notice the discipline, self-respect, and effort required to maintain a healthy lifestyle. In today's sedentary world, staying fit isn't just a bonus, it's essential. Physical fitness reflects energy, vitality, and a commitment to living life fully. When you're out of shape, it affects more than your health. It impacts your confidence, mood, and relationships. Women are drawn to men who take care of themselves because it signals priorities, balance, and discipline. Fitness is about balance. Fitness isn't just about hitting the gym or building muscle. It's about embracing a lifestyle that values health and well-being. It's eating well, staying active, and making your physical and mental health a priority. Neglecting this sends a clear signal that you're not putting in the effort, not just to others, but to yourself. You might think you're hiding your lack of fitness behind baggy clothes or avoiding active situations, but women see through it. They notice when a man isn't putting in the work. The good news? It's never too late to start. Small steps, big results. You don't need to transform into a bodybuilder overnight. Small, consistent changes lead to meaningful results. Start with just 30 minutes of exercise a day. Go for a run, lift weights, or try a new sport. The key is to find something you enjoy, making it easier to stick with your routine. Nutrition is just as important. What you eat fuels your body and impacts your mood, energy levels, and overall well-being. By prioritizing healthy eating, you set the foundation for long-term success. Fitness fuels confidence. Physical fitness doesn't just improve your body, it transforms your mind. Exercise releases endorphins, boosting your mood and reducing stress. This positivity radiates into your interactions with others, making you more confident, approachable, and attractive. A man who feels good about himself carries himself differently. His posture, energy, and presence exude confidence, and women pick up on this instantly. Neglecting your fitness, on the other hand, creates a negative cycle. When you're out of shape, you may feel sluggish, unmotivated, or self-conscious. This often leads to avoiding physical activity, which only makes you feel worse. Breaking this cycle requires commitment, but the rewards are immeasurable. A visible sign of self-respect. Taking care of your body is one of the most visible ways to demonstrate self-respect. It's not just about attracting women, it's about being the best version of yourself. When you're fit, you're more likely to take on challenges, push your limits, and live with purpose. Fitness is a metaphor for life. Consistency, effort, and progress are the keys to success. Ask yourself, what message is my body sending? Is it saying, I care about myself, my health, and my future? Or is it saying, I've given up? The choice is yours, and the time to make that choice is now. Start today. Take the first step, no matter how small, and commit to your journey. Women notice men who are on a path of growth, and physical fitness is one of the most tangible ways to show it. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every workout, healthy meal, and positive choice adds up. When you invest in your body, you're investing in your future. And when you respect your future, others, including women, will respect you too. Number 11. Ignoring intellectual growth. Neglecting intellectual growth is one of the most subtle but damaging habits a man can have. It's easy to get caught up in the daily grind, scrolling through social media, or zoning out in front of a screen. But stagnating mentally sends a clear message: I've stopped trying to improve. Women respect men who are curious, sharp, and constantly learning. In a world full of distractions and shallow entertainment, intellectual growth is a rare and highly valued trait. It's not just about appearing smart, It's about cultivating depth, ambition, and the ability to engage in meaningful conversations that inspire and challenge. Why intellectual growth matters. Your mind is your most valuable asset. It shapes how you perceive the world, solve problems, and interact with others. When you neglect intellectual growth, you limit your potential and come across as unmotivated or uninteresting. Think about the last time you had a truly engaging conversation. Was it about surface-level topics like sports or memes? Or was it a deep discussion that challenged your perspectives? Women crave conversations that inspire and intrigue. If all you bring to the table is pop culture references or shallow banter, you're missing an opportunity to connect on a deeper level. Intellectual growth isn't just about impressing others. It's about becoming a more fulfilled and capable individual. It helps you navigate challenges, make better decisions, and live with greater purpose. The challenges of modern life. In today's world, intellectual growth is both easier and harder than ever. On one hand, we have unprecedented access to information through books, podcasts, and online courses. On the other, we're bombarded with distractions, mindless scrolling, clickbait articles, and endless streaming options. Falling into the trap of shallow consumption is easy, but breaking free requires discipline. Intellectual growth demands that you actively seek out knowledge and challenge your mind. How to prioritize intellectual growth. Read regularly. Books are a treasure trove of knowledge and perspective. Whether it's non-fiction to learn new skills or fiction to expand your creativity, reading is one of the best ways to grow intellectually. Engage in thoughtful conversations. Surround yourself with people who inspire and challenge you. Deep, thought-provoking discussions push you to think critically and see the world in new ways. Stay curious. Ask questions, explore new topics, and never stop learning. Whether it's a documentary, a podcast, or a skill you've always wanted to master, curiosity is the fuel for growth. Limit distractions. Set boundaries for social media and entertainment. Replace mindless consumption with intentional learning. Reflect on your growth. Keep a journal to track what you're learning and how it's shaping your life. Self-reflection deepens your understanding and reinforces your progress. The impact of intellectual growth on relationships. Women notice when a man has invested in his mind. It shows up in how you communicate, the depth of your perspectives, and your ability to handle challenges. A man who is intellectually curious brings fresh energy and ideas to a relationship, keeping it dynamic and engaging. It's not about being a know-it-all or showing off. True intellectual growth is humble. It's about being open to new ideas and willing to admit when you're wrong. These traits are rare and deeply attractive. Shared growth and connection. When you prioritize intellectual growth, you don't just improve yourself, you inspire those around you to grow as well. A man who is passionate about learning creates a ripple effect, encouraging his partner to explore her own interests and aspirations. This shared growth strengthens your bond, creating a relationship that evolves over time rather than stagnating. Women respect and admire men who challenge them intellectually and push them to be their best selves. Intellectual growth as a lifestyle. Intellectual growth isn't a one-time achievement, it's a lifelong journey. It's about constantly striving to be better than you were yesterday. The more you invest in your mind, the more you have to offer, not just in relationships, but in every area of your life. Whether it's improving your career, tackling personal challenges, or simply engaging in meaningful conversations, intellectual growth pays dividends that compound over time. The bottom line: ignoring intellectual growth may seem harmless, but it limits your potential and holds you back from becoming the best version of yourself. On the other hand, embracing a mindset of constant learning and curiosity sets you apart. Be the man who reads, asks questions, and seeks to understand the world on a deeper level. Women respect men who are sharp, thoughtful, and always striving to improve, not just for others, but for themselves. Intellectual growth isn't just about earning respect. It's about living a life of purpose, fulfillment, and endless possibilities. Number 12. Avoiding responsibility. Avoiding responsibility is one of the fastest ways to lose respect, not just from others, but from yourself. Responsibility is the cornerstone of maturity, integrity, and leadership. When you dodge it, whether by making excuses, blaming others, or failing to act, you're signaling to the world that you lack the reliability and courage to step up when it matters. Imagine you're in a relationship and a problem arises. Instead of addressing it head-on, you deflect, make excuses, or blame external factors. What does this say to your partner? It screams, "I can't be trusted to handle the tough stuff." Women, and people in general, want to be with someone who can take charge, make decisions, and handle challenges with grace and determination. What avoiding responsibility looks like? Avoiding responsibility can manifest in many ways. Deflecting, blame, constantly pointing fingers at others or external circumstances. Making excuses, rationalizing why you didn't follow through or take action. Procrastinating, putting off decisions or tasks, hoping someone else will step in. Playing the victim, believing life is happening to you rather than taking control of your circumstances. These behaviors might feel easier in the short term, but they erode trust, respect, and your ability to grow. Why responsibility commands respect? Taking responsibility is powerful because it shows that you're in control of your life. It signals maturity, accountability, and the willingness to face challenges head-on. When you own your actions and decisions, both successes and failures, you're demonstrating integrity, a trait that commands respect. Women admire men who can take responsibility because it reflects strength and reliability. A man who steps up when things get tough is someone they can trust and rely on. On the other hand, avoiding responsibility creates doubt, instability, and frustration in relationships. The fear behind avoidance. Avoiding responsibility often stems from fear of failure, worrying that you'll make the wrong decision or fall short. Fear of judgment, concerned about how others will perceive your choices. Fear of the unknown, feeling paralyzed by uncertainty or risk. But here's the truth. Failure is inevitable. What matters is how you handle it. A man who takes responsibility for his mistakes learns, grows, and becomes stronger. A man who avoids responsibility stays stuck, repeating the same patterns and wondering why his life isn't changing. The rewards of responsibility. When you take responsibility, you empower yourself to create the life you want. You stop waiting for others to fix your problems or for circumstances to improve on their own. Instead, you take charge and make things happen. This mindset shift doesn't just transform your life, it changes how others perceive you. Women respect men who embrace responsibility because it shows courage, resilience, and a commitment to growth. How to embrace responsibility. Acknowledge your role. Take ownership of your actions, decisions, and their outcomes, good or bad. Avoid the temptation to blame others or external factors. Stop making excuses. Excuses might feel comforting in the moment, but they rob you of the opportunity to grow. Instead of justifying your behavior, focus on how you can improve. Take action. Responsibility isn't just about admitting mistakes, it's about fixing them. If something is within your control, take steps to address it. Learn from failure. Every failure is an opportunity to learn. Analyze what went wrong, adjust your approach, and move forward with new insights. Hold yourself accountable. Track your commitments and follow through. If you say you'll do something, do it. Dependability is a core aspect of responsibility. Responsibility as a sign of leadership. Responsibility isn't about doing everything on your own. It's about taking the initiative and setting an example. When you embrace responsibility, you position yourself as a leader, someone who inspires trust and respect. Women admire men who can take the lead, solve problems, and navigate life's challenges with confidence. Responsibility shows that you're capable of providing stability and security, two qualities that are deeply attractive. The cost of avoiding responsibility. Avoiding responsibility might feel easier in the short term, but it comes at a high cost. It damages your relationships, limits your potential, and erodes your self-respect. Over time, it creates a cycle of inaction and regret, leaving you stuck in mediocrity. By contrast, taking responsibility empowers you. It builds resilience, sharpens your problem-solving skills, and strengthens your sense of self-worth. The bottom line: responsibility is not a burden, it's an opportunity. It's your chance to prove to yourself and others that you're capable, reliable, and ready to face life's challenges. When you take responsibility for your actions, you earn respect from everyone around you, including yourself. Women are drawn to men who lead with integrity, own their mistakes, and take charge of their lives. So ask yourself, am I owning my life, or am I avoiding it? The answer will shape not only how others see you, but how you see yourself. Step up, embrace responsibility, and watch how your relationships, self-confidence, and life transform.